Welcome to the Mixtape Lounge, the all-new Mixtape Lounge. Carey Stinson, Josh Martin. How are
Josh
you,
Martin,
Martin?
what's up?
Man, Josh and I have been talking, and we had to do it. We had to do it. So we are going to take Mixtape Lounge, which was a Patreon show based off of Purple Roads, and this is the new podcast platform that we are going to be doing together. So Purple Roads is now, I'm taking us into Mixtape Lounge. Pushing Cases is the show that Josh was doing. You're bringing it into Mixtape Lounge. We're going to tell stories. We're going to have guests. This is going to be fun. It'll be weekly, and we're going to be doing 30 minutes a week. So every Friday, we'll put out a new show. So tell me about it, Josh. What do you think?
Check it out. What's up, my man? Good to see you. I'm excited for this new venture, the continuation of previous adventures, just made sense, right? And man, just nothing's really stopped, just always moving forward, thankfully. Getting ready to go to Philadelphia.
All right.
This weekend.
A little Majin Buu.
That's it. Me and Mr. Saden going up to Philly to Liberty City Comic Con at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center. It starts tomorrow at 3 p.m. I'll be getting on an airplane first thing in the morning, 7 a.m., heading to Philadelphia. And we're going to do it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you're in the area anywhere close, I know there's a lot of states that are really close to each other around there. So, it's a pretty good opportunity. A lot of cool people are going to be there as well.
Well, and to our new viewers, because we're now going to a bigger audience than we've had before, Josh has always offered up something. So I'm going to let you throw this out, Mr. Martin.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I do the voice of Majin Buu for Dragon Ball Z, and I am fortunate to go to all of these pop cons and anime conventions and different things, and meet fans and friends and take pictures and sign autographs with my good friend Chris Rager, who is Mr. Satan, and special offering,
because you do this for the first person that brings this up to you, right?
That's right. Listen, anybody who does it, let's go. All right, until I call it off. I reserve the right to call it off at any time. But yeah, hey, if you come up to me and say, "Hey, heard you on Mixtape Lounge," then autograph for you. You got it. I got you.
Very cool. Very cool.
Holler at your boy.
And as we're introducing this to everyone in this bigger audience, we have to tell the story that it is Josh's lovely wife, Shannon, who is the reason for the Mixtape Lounge. She was the one, as we were on the Barney tour together, that we would sit and we would talk about real life, have our break and have our real life conversations. And Shannon would create a mixtape. And we would sit on the bus in the lounge listening to Shannon's mixtape.
And yeah, that was some good times. And like almost 30 years later, it's coming up on.
Yeah, here we are.
27 this year, I think it is, right? Yeah, 27 years this year since we started that tour, and woo, here we are, Mixtape Lounge.
Yeah, so you're going to get lots of stories from the road. You're going to get a lot of stories of other things that we've done. And there's going to be a lot of content too. So we'll have guests, people that he had on Pushing Cases, his podcast all about the roadies from the road, which is just amazing. And then we'll have some Purple Roads and some Purple Tails people, and then some new people that were on none of those shows that are going to come to the Mixtape Lounge.
That's right.
We're also going to do a lot of content. So Mr. Martin is going to be sending us some video and some different things from out there on the road with his fans.
Right. And it's funny being out here on this convention scene, if you can believe it, for going on 8 years in March.
Wow.
It's been over 7 years now since Rager and I have been traveling together, doing conventions together. But Uh, there's a saying on tour: gear is gear. All right. And at the conventions, it's the same thing as it was on Barney, as it is on Beyonce, as it is on Sesame Street. All the gear is gear. And, I find a lot of kindred spirits out there, people working, doing the worker ants, making everything happen. And I'm sensitive to those people around. I check in on them. And I have a feeling that I'm going to be able to get some extra good content from some of those people, maybe some extra interviews along the way, not just some talent that people know, but some of those behind the scenes crew people that make that magic happen, that are unsung, So I
Yeah,
think that'll be fun.
it will. And also, I know you're going to share a lot of these fans, which is so cool because I see them right through your social, and we hang out and I see these pictures of people with Majin Buu tattoos and their cars and shirts and all that stuff.
Right? It's crazy. Uh, Well, I've got. I'll send you a picture. A guy had the back of his car. The nitrous oxide tank
Oh,
uh, is pink with the Majin M on it.
oh my God.
And then people with crazy arm tattoos of the characters. Great stories. People share great stories at these conventions. I thought that maybe that would be the last time I did it back in the day with the purple one, being so close to such meaningful and dramatic events. But same kind of things. People coming up and just sharing how the series, and sometimes specifically my character, helped them get through some difficult personal times, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
that is awesome. And please know, Purple Roads fans and Purple Tails fans, I love you. Josh loves you, and we have not forgot you. So we are going to take care of that part too. I just thought it would be so much fun to kind of do this with Josh, and so that's kind of where we've transitioned to it. But don't worry, you're going to still get those Purple Tails and Purple Road stories. We'll bring in Barney people. So many good stories to continue to tell, and we will also bring in other people from the children's entertainment as well. So this is just a mix of all of that, which I thought was so important. And so much, Josh, I was telling you, and this was one of the reasons we wanted to launch this thing so quick. It was a very emotional weekend for us. We lost a Barney family member over the weekend who it broke my heart. I know it broke your heart. His name was Carey Shannon, and Gary was the hairstylist for the Barney show. While he was there for 10 years. And
Yeah.
he battled hard and fought really strong and amazing cancer, and it finally caught up with him. And I just thought, and I know you did too, that we wanted to tribute. We want to get that out there because he was really inspiring to me, and I know he was to you. You'd go in, and he was always there. He was always smiling. There was always jokes. He was taking care of those kids. He just, it's those people, as we talk about behind the scenes, that are so important. When you're out there and you're just long hours and it's hot and all those things, and those people there that are all together and part of that family.
Oh, it's difficult. I mean, this sort of thing's been happening with my personal life, not just with Gary, but brother-in-law recently passed away from cancer. And so, I mean, it's difficult just sending out love and support to Gary's family, friends, and anyone and everyone else who's dealing with something like this. Yeah, it's difficult. But I do remember, like you're saying, when coming into work, and Gary's always there, happy, jolly, great attitude, uh, doing the deal, present, getting those kids not only looking good, but feeling good, in a good place to start performing. A lot of times he was the first one that they would see before anyone else. So he was as much a director and a coach as he was a hairstylist. And on top of that, he also had his own personal clientele that he
Yes.
that he continued to work with and take care of their hair elsewhere outside of Barney. And he continued to do that, I mean, up until, days before he passed.
Well,
So
and his fight, and I
much
know it
love.
inspired you to me as well. His fight, he never gave up. He fought strong. We saw the reports all the time of what was going on, and he never stopped. He never gave up. And I think it's very inspiring to see that. It's a tough loss, but it's inspiring to see that. And while we're doing this, I also have to say we lost earlier in the year Mark Wagenhurst, was involved very much with Josh and myself with the costumes, and it was a very sudden loss, and that was difficult too. So, as we all this Barney family gets older, we lose people, but please know that they're not lost, they're not forgotten, and that they meant so much to so many aspects of what we did, and
Yep,
they live in with us. So
that's right.
We miss them, but we love them very much.
Definitely.
And then I was telling you, Josh, I was pretty sad by that with Gary. And I went to go see Saturday my good friend Shake Anderson. Shake Anderson is one of the most talented musicians I've ever heard. I have photographed him for, goodness gracious, about 5 years now. And I saw him at a show. I was at a random show, and this man jumped off the stage and started preaching. I'd never seen anything like it. Got back on, did one more song. In the middle of it, he just walked off. And I said, is he coming back? And he didn't come back. The band finished out. And I said, how do you guys do this? And they said, we just follow him. We don't know what he's going to do. Shake is also struggling with some health issues. But I'm telling you right now, when I showed up Saturday to this concert, you'd have no idea. It all of a sudden was like, church, we're going to show a clip here in 1 second. You've seen this, Josh. But I'm telling you, the man put on church right there in the middle of the East Regional Library in Fort Worth. Absolutely incredible. And you want to talk about inspiration. And all he did, he sat in the middle of that show, and he told everyone a little bit of what he was going through. And he said, all I want to do is play. And he did. And he's not letting those health issues stop him. And he's inspiring people. And so, Josh and I really believe in getting the good out and the positive out in this world, because there's a lot of it. And when you see this clip of Shake, you'll understand what I'm saying. And also, I had interviewed Shake, and so we're going to get that clip up here too. I had interviewed Shake, so we're going to get up there that clip too. And I want to throw a quick plug in also that Shake is part of Amplify 817. Amplify 817 is one of my favorite organizations. It's in Fort Worth. It helps musicians in Fort Worth get paid. And I know you're a big believer in that, Josh. So they actually, with a library card in Fort Worth, you have access to basically Spotify is what this is, but it's for Fort Worth. And they pay these musicians, they do concerts with them, and it is as diverse as a group as you'll see. So amplify817.org, check that out as well. right, Josh, I know you got Philadelphia, and then you got what? At least two more shows.
The next weekend, I'll be in Bakersfield, California for Collectors Con.
And Mr. Martin, can you tell me who you're going to see?
I do believe I will be having dinner with none other than Duty, aka Professor Tinkerput, aka Mr. Pearl, aka the Golden Wing Knot, aka Barry Pearl. Yeah, I can't wait. It's been way too long.
Oh, I am jealous, jealous, jealous. You're going to get to see our good friend Barry Pearl. Barry was out with us on the road back at '96. Mr. Tinkerput himself, and just you talk about characters, and really, to be honest, as we're talking about inspiration, he's another one. I'll tell you, that man doesn't stop.
That's right. I should have paid attention a little more. I wish I was smarter back then, but I was learning myself. But luckily, I was smart enough to keep my eyes and ears open enough to pay attention to some really good nuggets of wisdom from Mr. Pearl, and it was it was invaluable. And some of it I didn't realize what I was experiencing. I do voiceovers for a living, ladies and gentlemen. Experiencing back then, I was just like, oh, I'm just doing this, and then years later, I'm like, oh, wait, wow. So that's cool. That's cool. I was very lucky to spend time with him and learn from him and have some good times with him too.
He's very generous with his time as well. He's popped on Purple Tails, he's popped on Purple Roads. I had Dee Dee Khan on Purple Roads, and that was because of Barry.
So cool.
He has brought many people to me, and he always has time for everyone. And I'll tell you, he's just someone I love to death. And I know you're gonna get some pictures and a little video for us.
Oh, you know this. You know this. Listen, and talking about the people behind the scenes, oddly enough, Mr. Pearl was recently in San Antonio for a Grease event with Miss Khan and a few of the other castmates from Grease. And lo and behold, the people taking care of him, handling him, and doing all the things for him, same people that take care of me and Rager.
Yeah.
I mean, really close friends of ours that take care of us. And then further on, met another guy that does some whatnots with Rager and I that he's hooking up to do with Miss Khan and Mr. Pearl and all the others as well. So that world gets smaller and smaller the longer we're in it.
It's just crazy.
I love it.
It's just crazy. And then where are you going after Bakersfield? I know you got another one.
Bakersfield and then Virginia Beach the weekend after that. And then off for about 4 weeks, and then we're doing Odessa. Oh. Rager and I are doing Odessa. There's also another gig. I'm losing track now, but we'll update the next week.
There you go.
We'll get my dates together, and guys, this is loose. Relax.
All right, so we gotta finish up with a Barney story, right? We gotta each have a little story, right?
Oh, okay.
Right.
Go on.
All right. So give me your Philadelphia story. Do you have a story from Philadelphia when we were there?
Oh, Barney Philadelphia story.
Yeah.
Sure. Wow.
Remember, this was loose.
Huh? Yeah, totally.
Yeah, remember, this is loose.
I remember specifically being the Spectrum. We were right next to the Spectrum, and I was like, oh, I know the Spectrum. That's cool. The Bell, got to see the Bell and the Rocky Steps. Check that out. Did the cheesesteak.
Did you run up the steps and do the whole?
I didn't because I'm pretty sure I had a hospital visit that morning, and I was like, oh yeah, I did my running, ran my stairs, brother. But yeah, after that, I just remember the just gigging. To be honest, if I think harder, I might be able to remember some other things, but that's what comes to mind right now. How about you? What do you
Well,
remember?
yeah, when we were there with the tour, I do
Yeah.
remember going to I saw a lacrosse game, which I think was the first time I'd seen a professional lacrosse game.
Okay.
In the Spectrum. So that was cool.
Right on.
Seen that before. And it was those it was a men's team. They're like blue collar, like drink beer with the fans after the game kind of thing, which I
Nice.
thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
But my most famous one was when I got booed at when Barney. I was doing one of the tour things, and I ran out onto the court. And I know I told this story before, but I ran out on the court in
The
front of
Sixers game?
1,000 people. It was a Sixers game. I met Allen Iverson's kid and wife, and they were lovely. And then they were on a commercial break, and they sent me out onto that court. They played the "I Love You" song, and 18,000 people booed me. That's an overwhelming experience. And then I had a shirt in my hand, a little Barney shirt in my hand, and I handed it to a little kid, and they all started cheering. It was like it just like flipped. So that was a really cool experience.
Wow. Right on.
Experience. And I can remember being there with you several times. Did
we've been
well. We did a lot of Sprout stuff.
Yeah.
Up there with all our good friends up there, and Kelly,
Sure.
Jeremy, all these great people.
I remember when we were there, I was excited. I was wondering if I might run into the Roots while we were there. I knew that they were from there. I just had this idea that might run into them, or they might have a gig I could go see. I was still naive to the game, but yeah. And Boys to Men was from there, all that.
Yeah, and you also had to, of course, you do the cool things, right, that people don't know about, but then you do the tourist things too, right? You had a cheesesteak, right? You had a Philly cheesesteak.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. I think I had a few of them. Yeah, oddly enough, now this is weird because I was the bus mom for the crew bus, right?
All right, so, everyone watching Mixtape Lounge right now, I want you to picture Josh Martin as the bus mom for all the roadies.
Never any complaints. That's a hard job to be the bus mom for roadies. All right. But yeah, for some reason I remember, and I could be making things up. It's possible, but I somehow remember the loadout food was 2 different kinds of cheesesteaks, and of course, Lori LaDon Barry had to, she knew the place to get them.
Right.
Like, this is where we get them, and we're getting these kinds. Okay. Yeah, I think I remember that. And again, I could be making it up. I sleep sometimes.
Right. I don't think you're making it up, though. I know we went somewhere at some point and had like the legit as well. And I want to say it was like with Cheese Whiz or something. They did it.
Well, the one there's Geno's, and then I forget
like
the one
in Texas.
They're right across the street from each other, and they've been battling for years. I think they've since gone into some corporate ownership, and it's not quite. Although the traditions live on long past corporations anyway. Yeah. What else? Yeah, I think that's. I've been to Philly a few times since then with Rager. We've worked with this guy since then, and Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Looking for this is a little bigger event. We've usually just done a toy store.
Okay.
So this is an actual convention up there. So it should be fun. Should be fun. Don't forget, Mixtape Lounge, free autograph.
Take advantage of it while you can before he pulls that.
Yeah, you and listen, that's a good thing. If I pull it, that means a lot of people are doing it and I can't afford you.
Absolutely. I know he'll still do at least one though. I know this. I know this man.
Absolutely. Listen, no, that's easy. That's easy.
Well, that's awesome. And I know, for me, guys, if you've been wondering what I've been doing, I am shooting a lot of photography is what I've been doing.
There
So
you go.
a lot of corporate stuff. I have taken on the role, as Josh knows, as the killer high school band photographer. So I'll be shooting a lot of that this year. And then, my heart always feels in the music world. So stuff like Shaking That, I always jump out. And I did one with these boys not too long ago and hope to be shooting more with the old Ryman and Steeling. So I know you guys,
Yes.
a lot of you are going to be new to the show. And so some of this is inside, but we will try to let you know everything is going on so you know what we're talking about. But Josh Martin is in a Beastie Boys cover band as well called Ryman and Steeling. You will find out that Josh has got about 10 different things that he's involved in. So we'll try and keep you up to date on all of that.
Guilty. Guilty.
We'll put also our social handles on here so you can not only find the Mixtape Lounge, but you can also see what's going on with Josh. You can see what I've got going on as well. And we're going to put our heads together and figure out some of these people we want to have on this show soon. But this is going to be a lot of content. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to get a lot of Barney stories, Majin Buu. I know there's so many people big into the Dragon Ball world. And then, of course, you never know where we're going to take us. As you will find out when you see a little bit of Barry Pearl, you'll understand exactly what we're talking about.
Right.
All right, Josh, how you want to wrap this up? What do you got for us?
Listen, I just want everyone to be good to each other, enjoy yourselves, and keep coming back and watching and listening because we're gonna keep doing it, and you can never know what we're gonna do. So yeah, and we appreciate all of you,
We
and I
do.
appreciate you here.
Hey, I love you, brother. And I'm just, I've been telling you, I needed to do something a little bit different. And this is really what I wanted to do, is to share this platform with you. You inspire me, and we just had so many great times together. And I feel like
Okay.
this is the right thing. So I'm so excited about that.
Let's go.
Absolutely. But this is going to be a place of love and positivity and a
Right.
lot of fun as well. And I'm going to keep it and say, keep your eyes, ears, and your heart open, and you'll find your Mixtape Lounge. You'll find us in the Mixtape Lounge. How about that?
That's right. There you go.
Cool. Well, we can't wait till next week. Mr. Martin's got all kinds of content, and we're going to throw some other stuff to you. And then once again, we'll see you every Friday. So this one will come out Friday. You're seeing us today on Friday, and you'll see us in another week.
That's right. Stay good. Much love.
Peace out.